everybody. Welcome back to Cast 11 Studios. Thanks for tuning in to First to Know podcast. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, the Cowboy Poet. Will, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Tell them what you do.
My wife and I are the sponsor wranglers for the Arizona Cowboy Poets gathering, which means we are the ones who go out and bring in the sponsors because there's no way we can afford to put the gathering on without the help of those folks.
I bet. Can I assume? I mean, you guys have been doing this for a long time.
We have been doing the sponsors for 8 years now.
So how long has Cowboy Poets been going on?
This is our 36th gathering. We did miss one in 2020 because of COVID.
There you go, though. I mean, you had to do what you have to do. So are you finding it still difficult to get sponsors, or people pretty much, this is a staple in our community. So
it very much is. No, we have a number of our sponsors who have been long-term sponsors, and they are the ones that, year after year we can count on. But things change with folks, and
100%.
so we lose some every year and we gain new ones every year. And so it's an ongoing thing. It's not something we take for granted at all.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, and in some months or some years, people are doing better than other years, and they can afford to, sponsor things. Is it too late to sponsor now, or?
Yes, we.
Darn, I had a check for $1 million, but I guess
I'll take it. Yeah, we can figure that one out.
Yeah.
But no,
Text me after the show.
we start our sponsor season, as I call it, in January because we need to get them all lined up. And of course, part of your sponsorship is an ad in our program, and so the lead time for getting that done is critical. We just got the programs from the printer last week, and we try to get them, a week or two in advance of the gathering.
You know what they say, you snooze, you lose.
That's right.
But next year.
Yes.
But in the meantime, we'll go over a couple things that are going, but I want to get some more information on Cowboy Poets. It's Cowboy Poets Gathering. Perfect. Love it. Did you know that Yavapai College is giving away free college? Like free college.
I did not.
Yeah, they offer a tuition-free grant, certifications from nursing to, I'm trying to see. I want to make sure we get them childcare, tuition assistance, related. They do, qualifiers for needs related to travel, technology, childcare, tuition assistance, stipends for internship, and removing other barriers for dislocated workers. So they were awarded all this money, and it's just to be used to help people do college. Obviously, the way I'm speaking, I did not do college.
College is something. I was very, very lucky. I was able to pay for my own college 50 some odd years ago, and it was far more affordable then. And I lived in an area where that could happen.
A little easier.
So it's really important. And I think, the whole idea of student debt has become a huge problem in this country. And that's a great way to solve part of that problem, is by having schools getting funding to do that.
100%. And we need nurses. We need, those types of careers, because it's just, it's when you can make almost $20 an hour flipping burgers. Come on.
In California, that's what it is.
Crazy. 20. Insane.
Yeah.
I tell you. You know what else I think you might be interested in?
What?
The Colt Whiskey Society in Prescott Valley. Friday, July 26th, so this Friday, 5 to 6:30 at Colt Grill in Prescott Valley. Everything you've ever wanted to know about whiskey. So get your tickets online at coltgrill.com. You know anything about whiskey?
I know a little bit. It is my go-to choice for an evening drink.
What's your favorite whiskey?
Oh, can I plug it?
You do whatever you want.
I like rye.
Okay.
And there is a brand called Oak and Eden. Oak as in tree, Eden as garden of.
Gotcha.
And it comes finished with a spiral of charred oak in the bottle. It gives it a really great flavor.
So I was right in assuming cowboy hats, belt buckles, and whiskey.
Yeah, they pretty well go together.
I would assume so.
Yes.
Throw in a pair of cowboy boots and you got yourself a party, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Another thing, Waters Garden. If you want to know how to plant trees, I think cowboys know a little bit about planting.
And I will put a plug in for Waters in that they are one of our sponsors for the gathering.
Perfect.
They provide all of the greenery for the stage. Last year and this year, our stage is set up with an authentic chuck wagon and chuck outfit, including the dining fly, the whole works.
Oh,
And
wow.
Waters provides the greenery
They're
that we
amazing.
use around. Good folks.
We love them. They will also teach you the top 10 trees for fresh fruit. So this Saturday from 9:30 to 10:30, Waters Garden is putting on another class, and these are all free. So you can
Cool.
go and learn how to do. There's no excuses, people. But strongest fruit trees are shared in this class with the insider tips that produce bushels of apples, pears, cherry, apricot, plum, peaches, and more. For more information, visit watersgardencenter.com. Speaking of whiskey and everything else, art and wine. Are you an art and wine guy?
Absolutely.
I mean, you drink enough wine, you're going to be a great artist
Well, I won't
until the
be.
morning when you wake up and look
Yeah,
at it and
I
go,
won't be, but I certainly appreciate it.
I am a terrible artist. So if I can drink some wine. So this Saturday, July 27th from 1 to 3 at the Phippen Museum in Prescott, you get a fun-filled afternoon of art, wine, and appetizers. This awaits you and will result in a painting you created that is finished and suitable for frame. They don't know me well enough to say it will be finished and suitable for framing because, I mean, maybe in my closet I'll do that. But if you're interested in doing that and like wine and like to paint, go to phippenmuseum.org.
Can I throw in something on that?
Of course.
The Cowboy Poets Gathering and the Phippen have had a long history together and a really good working relationship. Next year, in July leading into August, will be a new exhibit for them that we are
Oh.
helping them to do. It'll be 30 some odd years of Arizona Cowboy Poet Gathering posters, the artwork for the
Oh,
posters. And
what a great idea.
we're real excited about that as a lead into the gathering next year. And
Super
as you can
smart.
understand, these things get planned way in advance, but they're very excited about that, and so are we.
Super smart. Super smart. I like that. That'll be cool because I love the posters, seeing those every year. They're done so well.
This year's poster artist is a local, again, Steve Atkinson, who has done posters both for us and the rodeo. And I've actually had a chance to model for him a couple of times. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So Dwight Yoakam with the Mavericks visit Findlay Toyota Center Saturday, July 27th. This is a busy weekend at 6:00. Dwight Yoakam has sold more than 25 million albums worldwide, and he's a 21-time nominated multi-Grammy award winner. Go to FindlayToyotaCenter.com to get tickets. So we talked about this a little bit. So I loving the rock and roll, but as I get older, I'm noticing some country songs are starting to kind of filter in my Dwight Yoakam. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you were saying because it's a great story.
Well, Dwight Yoakam is absolutely country western and more western, I think,
Okay.
than country. There's an old saying: there's two kinds of music. There's country and there's western. But as a subset of western, there is cowboy music. So
Oh.
I would not call Dwight Yoakam really the kind of music that he plays, and what you will hear at the Cowboy Poets Gathering, which we will talk about in a little bit, are different.
Okay.
And of course, popular music tends to be more related to rock and roll and such. And there's hey, as Chris Ledoux said, every cowboy needs a little rock and roll. So
Smart guy.
there's certainly, yeah, absolutely. There is certainly, and Dwight Yoakam happens to be one of my favorite not cowboy, but Western artists, country Western artists.
But there's a difference.
There is a difference. And we can talk about that a little bit more when
I'm
we get to talk
excited.
about the gathering.
Yeah, because I'm a very untrained ear, so I wouldn't, but I bet you I might be able to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
Join the Prescott Pop Symphony, the Pops Festival Chorus, and special guest vocal artists under the direction of Pops choral conductor Daryl Rowader for a performance of the music of Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein. For more information or tickets, visit PrescottPops.com. Yet another different type of music.
And one that I am not unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
Because my background, I've sung in church choir for many, many years, and I've also done barbershop. as well as cowboy music.
There's all different types
there's
of
all
genres,
kinds.
and we love it.
And the Pops has a great reputation here.
Yeah, they're awesome. We've got a lot of really strong pillars in this community. Speaking of strong pillars, Signature Series Economic Development. Thursday, September 5th at 11 o'clock at Park Collective in Prescott Valley. They will be discussing economic development in our state, region, and hometown with guest speaker, Governor Doug Ducey.
Oh,
That's a pretty big one. So
that is.
Thursday, September 5th at 11 o'clock. So that'll be a good one. That's put on by the Fane Signature Group, and they do a great job with these. It's really a good way to bring business owners together and talk about things that are going on in our community.
And Fane is also a supporter of the gathering.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Some of the original Cowboys around here.
Absolutely.
Did you get affected by the storm this last weekend?
We had significant rain and hail.
We had a little damage. We had a trampoline blow away that was bolted into the grounds, but it actually tore it apart from the legs, like tore apart. We had just stuff everywhere. We got hit pretty hard. Our houses are farther apart, so there's no like big fences to like block some of that stuff. So it was a big storm, but with big storms come big damage sometimes. So you can call 1-800, or not call 1-800 water damage, but go to 1-800 water damage for a free inspection if you've had any water. We're going to talk to Daniel, the owner, this week, but sometimes you get a puddle in the house and you think it's fine, but if it's touched those walls, you might want to have somebody come and check that out. So also, do you watch movies? Do you go to are you a movie theater guy or sit on the couch and watch a movie?
More sit on the couch and watch the movie.
Were you a theater guy and then you'll go to the theater to watch Cowboy Poets, won't you? But
yeah. Yeah. Originally theater, but we've transitioned to being more, my wife was the one who insisted on getting the larger TV,
Smart
not me.
girl.
Yeah.
We got a popcorn maker too.
Well, that, and yes.
Because you go to the movies usually for the popcorn. But if you want to go see a movie, we did have a movie review on A Quiet Place day one. I don't think I'd make it one day because you have to be quiet the whole time or some monster comes and gets you. But an experience that left audiences holding their breath. You want to know what's funny? So this movie is very quiet. And it says, like, listening to their heartbeats in the silence of the movie theater. It's so quiet. My daughter said that I could never go see this movie because I'm a talker. Like, if it's scary at all, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Don't just be quiet. And to have a silent theater, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go because I'm going to prove to her that I can be quiet during a movie. I don't think so. But
it's easier said than done for me.
Yeah. Well, I want to warn them. Because obviously they're doing silly stuff. So
yeah. Why would you go into that room with all the chainsaws running?
Yeah, right. The commercial's so funny. Let's get in the running car. No, let's go towards the running chainsaws. So how does your vehicle work in extreme temps? The John Lonis over at AutoWorks is going to tell you some things that you need to do to get your vehicles ready for all this extreme heat and then turn around and get ready for winter. So I think the the cars are like me. I don't like extreme heat or extreme cold. So.
They do, especially with electronics these days. They do not do
temperamental
well with the heat.
Well, now we're on to you, man.
All right.
We're on to Cowboy Poets. So tell me, let's see. I'm going to look at my notes because it's easier that way for me. This is the 36th Arizona Cowboy Poets Gathering. The best and authentic music, or cowboy poetry, music, and storytelling will be on stage once again at the Yavapai College Jim and Linda Lee Performing Arts Center, Thursday, August 8th, starting at 7. I'll get there. I'll come around. I think I will.
You should come.
But thank you so much for coming in and telling us everything, Cowboy Poets. I've learned so much, and it's going to be a great time for everybody.
Well, thank you, Alicia. We really appreciate your giving us a little bit of a spotlight here.
No problem. No problem. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And if you ever have questions on what's going on in the region, you can always go to signalsaz.com. We've got First to Know / deals and events, and it'll tell you everything you need to know what's going on around the region. Thanks so much. See you guys.